home for several years now.
Yeah, this is a dream come true. You know, I grew up knowing there was tournaments that were in Massachusetts prior to my time, and then playing on tour. I think the closest we ever got to Massachusetts, or New England, if you will, was we were in Westchester one year at KPMG, and in Jersey in different spots. But this is awesome. You know, I'm really looking forward to. I know how great the crowds are here and how passionate people are about golf. So I think there's going to be a big showing just for the whole tour in general. And for me to play in front of some family and friends, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, Matt, go with your question now.
Do you remember when the U.S. Women's Open was in South Hadley, and was that formative for you at all as far as seeing that being here? Yeah,
so I certainly do remember. It was over at the Orchards, and Meg Mallon won, and Meg Mallon's she's a pseudo-Bostonian. She doesn't like to tell people that because she grew up in Michigan, but she's an original Massachusetts girl, and she's a great friend of mine. So watching her win there, I didn't know her at the time, but yeah, that was motivating. I mean, I was tinkering, going to college, and really getting into it. So it was great to have it here as a young player.
For you, will you take this tournament and pause and look at the crowds and pause and like things that you may have not have thought to do earlier or younger in your career? Will there be moments that you'll look around and kind of take it all in to keep a mental snapshot?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, already it's fun. You know, I've seen some people inside the ropes volunteering and just kind of the presence of home, if you will. Yeah, and I'm sure there's gonna be pinch me moments out there with friends watching and friends and family and just being like, this is really neat. Because I've kind of removed myself a bit and not as out here as often. I make a rare appearance here and there. But no, it'll be special.
Is it important, like the WNBA just played a game in Boston for the first time. There's a women's soccer team coming. There's the Women's Hockey League is in Boston. It feels like we're kind of at a point where like the first steps of women's sports blossoming in Boston in New England. If with this tournament kind of happening at a pretty ideal time for that, is that special to be part of?
Yeah, you know, I'm a athlete all around, avid sports fan. You know, Boston is title town, as we like to call it, and just the trend in women's sports is unbelievable. And obviously, being a professional female athlete, I mean, I'm biased. I know what the product is. I think it should be even more than what it is already getting to. We're trending in the right direction. But, you know, in Boston, like you said, we have a soccer team coming in. They're building a new stadium. We've got the WNBA presence. This being here for a few years, I hope, you know, other major cities in the country, you know, and it develops, you know, and kind of spreads like wildfire.
Something if you can crack the Boston fans that opens a lot of doors.
Yeah, I think you know, the Boston fans are passionate and intense, and I think, you know, they spread the joy for the games of you know, whatever sport it is. So hopefully they'll make it contagious for others.
Golf history in Massachusetts obviously is big. You know, you're wearing the Wilmette hat right now. You know, what does it mean for golf professionally to be here, particularly with the women's game, but just golf in general to have a tournament, you know, in the Boston area?
Yeah, you know, you alluded to the Wilmette hat. I'm very involved with the Wilmette. I'm on the board with them. But, you know, the country club and the history that obviously has started out there with the game of golf in the U.S. And, you know, I believe it was the original USGA site. I could be speaking out of tune. But, you know, Donald Ross, I grew up on a Donald Ross golf course. He was, you know, lived in Massachusetts. You know, he's an epic name in designing of golf courses and worldwide. So you have so much history, so many old golf courses, so many great golf courses. And I think that carries over to just the community here. Everyone plays golf. Everyone loves golf. So I think the more we come back, you know, the Open was here last year or 2 years ago. The crowds were awesome. There's the women's Mid-Am is going to be here in 2 weeks at Braeburn. I think that makes it one of the highest hosting clubs for USGA events. So there's so much golf history here, and I hope it continues to come here and thrive here. But no, it's great.
And you mentioned, you know, Donald Ross as being, you know, a huge architect with golf. But what is it about, you know, golf in Massachusetts that, you know, you don't find anywhere else? You know, whether it's not just in the country but in the world.
Man, Donna Ross courses are unique around here. Weather can be a big concern. You know, we're trending to the fall/cold weather. So, you know, playing rock hard greens because of ice temperatures, not necessarily because they're firm. But the weather here can change in 24 hours. You know, you can have a hot, humid day and you can have a cool day. But you know, it's traditional, thick, rough. Of course, there's modern golf courses coming to the area, but I find this to be really traditional golf, classic, classy. So yeah, I think that's a good character for it.
And just finally, one word on the Wilmette Fund. You obviously mentioned it already, but what does it mean to you to be on the board and, you know, be a part of a program that helps, you know, the next generation, you know, be able to go to school and pursue whatever their dreams are?
Oh man, it means the world. So I grew up working in a pro shop my whole life and outside and cleaning golf carts and, you know, trying to make a buck. And it just, I think being around the game of golf is such a good character builder for young men and women. And then to be able to provide people with opportunities to go on and get college scholarships, it's fantastic. You know, I wouldn't be where I was without this game, without a college scholarship myself. So to be able to now be on the other side of it and support it and give back means the world to me. And the WeMet's doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Have you played much here before?
Say that again?
Have you played this course much before?
So it's funny, everyone thinks I've played this place a ton, but only a few times. I think I did a US Open qualifier here a couple years ago, and then, you know, a couple charity corporate outings, but not a ton. You know, I don't live necessarily that close to the area, but it's great. You know, I know it enough to remember the holes prior to coming out here this week, and which is a little bit of an advantage, I guess.
Anyone else here? I have just, I think, maybe a couple more. Obviously, this is your first tour start this year, and I know you haven't played since last year. What is sort of your prep like, and how excited are you just to be competing on the tour again this week?
Yeah, I like to call myself a professional trunk slammer now because I'm just running around and playing golf, you know, at the last minute, running from working. I'm working now. But that being said, I still do play a lot of golf. I'm fortunate that I have a great team and job in front of me, so I make the most of my time, you know, especially leading up to this, you know, racing out in the mornings, get a couple hours in or a couple hours in the evenings, but I'm still a golf enthusiast at heart, so I play all the time. So there's no excuse.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt. Yeah.
You said you're working now. What are you doing?
I work for Marsh McLennan Agency, so I broker insurance, commercial insurance broker. Yep.
Thanks.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
That's all.